Alright, hey ladies and welcome to another episode of TEW Local Global 1987. We're back with some GCW. Let's get straight into today's episode. We're into Fuel, the fallout from Championship Wrestling. What was the name of it? I forgot already. Where is it? Madhouse, that's what it was. GCW Championship Wrestling Madhouse. You can tell it's been a while. Alright. So we're starting the show with Diamond Dallas Page in the ring. He's cutting a promo and he is interrupted by the man who cost him the World Championship, who cost him the match against Sting at Madhouse. It's the Big Show. He's accompanied by Jesse Ventura, both men, of course, members of the Syndicate. And Jesse Ventura ends up announcing that the Big Show will be facing off against Diamond Dallas Page at our next pay-per-view, which will be Resilience and Romance. Yes, Resilience and Romance. So DDP versus Big Show at that show, and the winner of that match will receive a World Championship opportunity against Sting. So Ventura pretty much screwing over DDP once again. Despite DDP winning the Fatal 4-Way at March Massacre, he now has to overcome another challenge in the Big Show. So 87. And we have 4 matches on the card tonight. I'm trying to move to more of a segment-based show, kind of like Monday Night Raw. You know, they're mostly segments nowadays with 4 or 5 matches, but those matches usually are a little longer. So I'm trying to move to there. Anyway, on the card tonight, we have 2 championship matches. The World Tag Team Champions, the Southern Outlaws of Outlaw Wyndham and Outlaw Duncombe, will be defending the World Tag Team Championships against the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. And in your main event, Chris Benoit gets a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship against The Rock. So, good card. And we're following up with Perry Saturn. He's explaining his actions, why he exiled Just Incredible. He says that anyone in the flock who doesn't meet his standards will be exiled. And just to show what his standard is, he has a match next, and he defeats Mark Marrow in 5-10 with the Rings of Saturn. Gets a 70. Very good. I expected not way worse than this, but Perry Saturn carrying this match with a 75. I don't know if I mentioned this, by the way, but we have a new announcer on the announcing team. I don't know if yeah, right here. Jim Ross, Joey Styles, of course, and Mauro Ranallo. You know, I like his commentary work in NXT, his announcing work, so I elected to bring him in. So, anyway, I don't know if I mentioned it. He's been on the broadcast team for around a month or 2 now, but I don't think I mentioned it. 70. And we move on to the Nation of Domination. Farouk, The Rock, D'Lo, and Stevie Ray. He is welcomed into the Nation of Domination, joining the faction, and he says that Booker T was holding him back. Harlem Heat is officially over, and Stevie Ray proclaims himself to be the true World Television Champion. So it gets a 73, as the Nation of Domination currently have 2 titles. The Rock is the Intercontinental Champion, and Stevie Ray claims to be the TV Champion, but we all know it's Booker T who is the real champion. 73. We're backstage with Chris Jericho. He is pissed that he lost his match at Madhouse, but he's still yelling about it being a conspiracy. Management is against him. BPI is working with management to keep him down. And Chris Candido turns the corner and says, "Listen, Jericho, I feel your pain. You know, I've been screwed over here many times. I should be a world champion. But what happened? You know, I was once an Intercontinental Champion, and, you know, management decided not to push me, and it's the same thing for you. So I say we work together." And Jericho loves that idea, and, you know, they shake hands. So Chris Jericho and Chris Candido perhaps forming a new team in GCW, the Chris's. I don't know. 85. Our second match of the night, 2 matches down. Satoshi Kojima is in action. He defeats Jerry Flynn in 5:28 with an Emerald Flosion. So Satoshi Kojima gets a 73, while Jerry Flynn only gets a 36. But Kojima, good work. And I know I mentioned this, but Satoshi Kojima, I have plans for him in the future. So that's why we're building him up slowly but surely. Gets a 63. We're in the ring with the Latino World Order, and Eddie Guerrero. He's talking about why he formed the LWO. What reason did he have? Well, he had a very good one. He wants to bring respect back to Lucha Libre. Guys like Chavo, Rey Mysterio, and Billy Kidman are insults to what they call Lucha Libre. And the LWO will do anything to bring Lucha Libre back to prominence in GCW. So, LWO will give the reason as to why they're assholes. 74, is this the tag title match? No, it's not. This is after this. So, Gene Okerlund is interviewing Kimberly Page, and Kimberly left Mike Awesome. You know, maybe a couple of years ago, Mike Awesome defeated Diamond Dallas Page for the rights to Kimberly. I know it sounds great in a retrospect, but Kimberly has left Mike Awesome, and Diamond Dallas Page comes out. He says that he has changed. He is no longer the bad guy he once was, and that's true. We've seen DDP evolve over those past months. He is no longer the man who mistreated Kimberly the way he did, and he wants another chance. And as Kimberly is about to answer, Big Show comes out and attacks DDP, chokeslamming him on the stage, and walks away. So it gets an 82, but we still have a few more segments. The World Tag Team Championship match is up next, and we have new World Tag Team Champions in the Outlaws versus Outlaws battle. The New Age Outlaws defeat the Southern Outlaws when Billy Gunn pinned Outlaw Duncum with a Famouser. We have new World Tag Team Champions on GCW Fuel. Gets a 71, and Brian Pillman comes out in the ring next. And he says, Undertaker is a piece of shit, a piece of garbage. Come out here and fight me, you little bitch. And Undertaker comes out, and of course they brawl all over the arena until they're both in the backstage area. So it gets an 86. We still have one more segment before our main event. We're going to wait on that. Steve Austin comes out, and Dustin Rhodes comes out, and they agree that a leader needs to be determined in the Syndicate. For once, they agree on something. Austin says it should be him. Dustin says it should be him. But you know what? They agree to have a match at Resilience and Romance at the end of the month, with the winner getting to lead Syndicate. So, there you have it. Austin versus Rhodes is official for Resilience and Romance. And now your main event, the Intercontinental Championship, is on the line. And Chris Benoit does get the victory over The Rock. However, it is via disqualification when Chris Jericho ran in and attacked Chris Benoit. Chris Candido also ran in and attacked Benoit, which means The Rock, although he lost this match, he is still the Intercontinental Champion, and it gets a 77, ending our show with an 82. So not a bad show to start the month of May. And since I have broadcasting all over the United States, I'm thinking of just hosting our shows in the tri-state because of our guys' popularity. It's not where it should be. Match of the Year candidate. Greg Valentine versus Tatsumi Fujinami. Okay. Alright. Tony Norris on the rise. Good. He's on developmental deal, so that's fine. How's MC doing? How's MCW doing? Not us. MCW, where are you? Child companies. Titles. How you doing? Mark Young, still the world champion. He's gonna have to lose it soon, or it's gonna be vacated. When's he leaving? 10 days. Nope. Yes, 10 days. 10 days before he leaves. So you guys need to figure out something. Still the tag team champion. Still the television champion. So not much has happened. Still have all their teams. Why is this a team? No, frig off. So stop that. Yeah, I made that one. Why? You know, I'm okay with this one. That's fine. I made this one. Okay, that's fine. Alright, we still have one more show to book this episode, so I'm going to sim up to the next Fuel, and we'll see you guys there. Let's go. Alright, I'm not there yet, but I wanted to cut the recording back on for just a second because of this. Curryman is the new Maryland Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Mark Young. And we have a few other stuff. So this is their show, so I'm going to check that in a second. Wendy Richter wasn't there for some reason. I don't know. And they made a new team, Taz and Norman Smiley. The Hands of Death. Norman Smiley. Like Taz I can see. Norman Smiley, Hands of Death. Okay. So where is MCW? Firehouse. Alright, let's see what they put on. So we're going to skip the pre-show. The Wild Machines defeated Tajiri and Psychosis. Steve Corino defeated Easy Money in a ladder match. Tony Norris defeated C.W. Anderson. The Hands of Death with Norman Smiley. I'm going to have to bring them up on the main roster as the Hands of Death, aren't I? With Norman Smiley as the Hands of Death. Oh, that's amazing. Defeated Prince Iakea and Sean I'm the Kid Waltman. Coalition still the tag team champions. Italian Stallion defeated the Sultan. The Blue Meanie defeated Antonio Inoki. Inoki wrestled. The 53-year-old Antonio Inoki, the owner of the company, let himself get pinned by the Blue Meanie. He had a performance of 16. What is this game? Curryman defeated Mark Young. So we have a new MCW champion. Good for Curryman. You know what? Good for Curryman. Alright, we're actually going to go to Fuel now, sorry. Alright, second Fuel of today's episode, and the final show of today's episode. Let's get straight into it. Steve Austin comes out to open the show, and he gets a promo about Dustin. He will learn his place and fall in line at Resilience and Romance, and that's a guarantee as we continue the build towards Austin versus Rhodes. Gets a 98. Next up, Eddie Guerrero comes out on his lonesome, and he announces an open challenge for his Cruiserweight Championship against any luchador in the back who wants to come out and face him. And his challenge is answered by Lizmark Jr., and it got a 79. That's good. Eddie gets a victory over Lizmark Jr. in 7:44 with a frog splash, making defense number 3 of the Cruiserweight Championship. And after the match, Eddie Guerrero is impressed by Lizmark, and he offers him a spot in the Latino World Order, and Lizmark agrees. He takes the LW shirt, he's about to put it on, and then Super Calo, Aguia, and Juventud, and of course Hector Garza attack Lizmark Jr., and Eddie joins in, beating him down before Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio and Chavo, who I can't fit in this segment because it's more than 8 people. But they make the save. Kidman and... you know what? Chavo's not there. We'll just say Kidman and Mysterio because that's what I put down here. So Kidman and Mysterio end up making the save for Lizmark Jr. So, nice. Gets a 49. And we move on to Mean Gene Okerlund interviewing Booker T. The injured Booker T says he's still injured. And he still can't believe that Stevie Ray would turn his back on his brother, the man who loves him the most, who cares for him. They are, I believe, 6-time World Tag Team Champions, and Stevie Ray threw it all away. And Stevie Ray comes out, hits him in the back of the head with a clothesline, picks him up, hits him with a slapjack on the stage, and he screams into Mean Gene's microphone at Booker T saying, "You were holding me back. I am the true TV champion, and you are nothing." Gets an 81. Kevin Nash gets a victory over Nikolai Volkov next. Gets a 56. All right. We've got Undertaker and Paul Bearer in the ring cutting a promo next, and Brian Pillman jumps the barricade and, with the help of a chair, hits Undertaker in the back, but Undertaker no-sells the chair shots, turns around, and hits Brian Pillman with a choke slam. And that's how we end this segment. Gets an 85. DX are cutting a promo in the ring. Triple H should be the Intercontinental Champion, not The Rock. That's the gist of this promo. And, of course, Triple H wants another shot at the IC title. 81. Tag team matchup next. Benoit and Storm, BPI, get a victory over Too Cool when Chris Benoit defeated Grandmaster Sexay with a crippler crossface. Storm with a 67, Benoit with an 87, Sexay with a 51, and Hottie with a 47 gets an 82. And afterwards, Chris Benoit and Lance Storm are attacked by Chris and Chris. So gets a 79. And your main event match, your only remaining match. It's not the main event technically because there's a segment after this, but a separate segment. Triple H gets the victory over Farouk in 12:40 with a fast roll-up. Gets a 79. I just needed a match, and I just figured these two are kind of in a feud, so might as well. Gets a 79. And your main event, I really hope that was going to do better, but it looks like Kimberly brought the segment down. DDP is in the ring cutting a promo about how the Big Show is a big, fat piece of shit. To quote the late, great Big Van Vader, I guess Big Show is just a big, fat piece of shit. Anyway, and Big Show comes out, and he's holding Kimberly by the hair, and Jesse Ventura is, of course, in tow. And Ventura wants Big Show and DDP to be a no disqualification match, but for that to happen, he has to have DDP agree to the stipulation. And DDP refuses at first, and Big Show then, grabs Kimberly by the neck, and he's about to deliver a chokeslam on the stage. And as soon as he lifts her up, DDP screams out, "No, it's fine, I'll do it, no DQ. And Big Show, fine, he sets her down gently, and Jesse Ventura says, "That was a wise decision, DDP. Unfortunately, I don't think my friend really cares about what you have to say. Do you, Big Show?" And Big Show ends up chokeslamming her on the stage, and the show fades to black with DDP looking over Kimberly as he runs to the stage, and he looks as Big Show and Jesse Ventura has made their way to the back. So it gets a 79, and we end with an 88, proving our popularity in 21 regions. And that's how we're going to end today's episode. Come on, load up. Volkov's contract's ending. I don't know if I'm going to re-sign him. I'll worry about that in between episodes. But that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more. In the next episode, we're going to be booking our two last fuels of May, and we're also going to be seeing the results of Resilience and Romance 1996. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.